Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis gave the strongest indication yet this week that Donald Trump is going to be indicted in the state of Georgia. And it was a simple statement that her office put out. The office was asked, of course, hey, we've got this federal indictment down here in Florida for Donald Trump. Does that in any way impact what y'all are doing? And the office put out a statement that said, the federal indictments will not have any impact on the Fulton County election investigation. Now, that may seem like a small statement to you. You may not read as much into it as I do. But what they are telling us is that, listen, what we're about to do to this guy, it doesn't affect anything that's happening in Florida. What's happening in Florida doesn't affect anything with us. We can still do what we need to do, and nothing's going to change that. Now, if Trump had been indicted, let's say, not for the boxes, but for his attempts to overturn the 2020 election, now those two things, with the federal one and the Georgia one, there could be some overlap and there could be some issues. There could also be some cooperation between the DA's office and the special prosecutor. But to me, I'm reading this as a very clear sign that Fani Willis is going to indict Donald Trump. And part of the reason I also think that is because for most of this week, there have been numerous reports that have come out saying that Donald Trump's lawyers are already telling him, you will be indicted in Georgia. Which is just funny because before he was indicted in Manhattan, a week or so before, we got the reports that said Trump is being told he'll be indicted in Manhattan by his lawyers. Before it happened with the DOJ down in Florida, a week before, we're getting reports saying Trump's lawyers are telling him you're about to be indicted. And now this week, Trump's lawyers are telling him you're going to be indicted in Georgia. Fani Willis's office is coming out saying, hey, Florida hasn't messed with anything we're doing. So I think that is the strongest indication to date that Donald Trump is going to be indicted. Now the question is how soon, right? Because Fani Willis already made it clear based on her own timeline, it may be late August or early September before she hands down these indictments. We recently learned that she has actually expanded that investigation beyond Georgia's borders. And she is now looking at the attempts to overturn the election in other states, which, yes, as I explained in a video a week or so ago, she would have the jurisdiction to do that under Georgia's racketeering laws. So not only do we know she's looking at other states, but she can only do it under the racketeering statutes, which is a good indication that she's going after him for racketeering and conspiracy charges, which, by the way, when she began her team, she actually brought in a bunch of lawyers who are experts in what? Racketeering. So not only can we expect the indictments, but I think it's also crystal clear at this point that she's going to pop Trump and a bunch of his associates with racketeering charges. Thanks for watching, everyone, and well, here comes the awkward part at the end of the video where I ask you to like, comment, and share, and subscribe for more content from Ring of Fire. Also, you should consider becoming a member for some exclusive content and perks, including early access videos and exclusive videos. Check out the link in the description.